Hello, everyone. Welcome to Incredible Discussion, where here we talk about truth and Bible truth only. And today's discussion, we'll be talking about heaven, of course, the eternal home of the righteous, of course, eternity, what will heaven be like in more detail. I know I talked about this before, but this time we're going to talk about it in more detail and everything in the time allowed that I have. We're going to talk about it in more detail today. So let's get started. So first of all, heaven, of course, we all know is a city. The Bible describes it as the New Jerusalem. Revelation actually specifically describes it as a city built foursquare. It is called the New Jerusalem, and it's pretty much just a city. That's what it is. So that's where God's dwelling is. Of course, heaven is anywhere where God dwells. Anywhere where God chooses to put his throne and dwell, it will be heaven. Heaven will come down, according to Revelation, heaven will come down to earth one day after 1,000 years, but one day soon heaven's going to be on earth. So God's going to move his throne here, and there will be a new heavens and a new earth. That's what it means when it talks about that. So let's get right into it here. So, so first of all, who is the architect and builder of this incredible city that's called New Jerusalem? And the answer to that will be God is not ashamed to be called their God, for he has prepared for them a city. So God has prepared the city himself, Jesus. So the Bible says that God is building is building an awesome huge city for his people, and it is as real as any other city in the world. So, um, and next question will be, where is this amazing city? Is in heaven currently now? The city's in heaven. What's out there in heaven, somewhere in the heavens? So that's where it's at. So at this moment, the Holy City is now in construction in heaven, according to the answer here. So, and how does the Bible? I just asked this question, I believe too. How does the Bible describe this amazing city? And the name New Jerusalem, according to Revelation 20, 21, 21 2. So X will be the New Jerusalem. The city is laid out for a square, laid out as a square. It's not saying that it is a square or it's a cube, because we believe it. It's a city's drawings and everything that they portray to be a cube. It is not a cube. It's laid out as a square, But the length and the breadth, and the length is as great as the breadth, and he measured the city with a rod 12,000 furlongs. That will be about 1,500 miles in today's measurements. According to Revelation 21:16, the city is perfectly square. Its perimeter is 12,000 furlongs, which is equivalent to 1,500 miles, which is 375 miles long on each side. As far as the walls are concerned, the angel measured the wall using human measurement, which is 144 cubits thick. The wall was made of jasper, according to Revelation 21:17, 18. Wall standing at about 144 cubits, that will be 216 feet high, and surrounds the city. That's the wall itself. So, and the wall is made of solid jasper, according to Revelation once again, with a radiance and beauty beyond description. Think of it nearly 20 stories high and solid jasper, basically about a 20-story building. Basically, if you think of a 20-story building, that's how high the walls would be. So 216 feet. It had a wall great high, 12 gates. Of course, there's 12 gates to the city. There's 3 gates on the east side, 3 on the north side, 3 on the south side, and 3 on the west. Of course, so on each side is a gate. And get this, the 12 gates were 12 pearls, each gate made of a single pearl. So single pearl. So each gate is like a pearl. It's not a regular gate, like we think of gates. But the gate is actually a pearl. So like a giant pearl, basically. So which means the gates will have to open like upwardly. They open up and down instead of outwardly or inwardly. The gate will have to open like maybe up, basically, because it's a giant pearl. So either that pearl rolls out the way or it goes up. We don't exactly know, but we know that it just said the gates are made of a single pearl. Each gate itself. They're not like a gate as we know it, they're just a pearl. So instead of it being an actual door gate, they're pearl instead, pearls. And the wall of the city had 12 foundations, decorated with each kind of precious stone. The first foundation was jasper, second was sapphire, the gate, and so forth. Of course, according to Revelation 21:14, 19, and 20, the city has 12 complete foundations, each one made of precious stone. Every color of the rainbow is represented. So basically, from a distance, the city will look like it's sitting on a rainbow because each color of each stone is a different color, and they're each of like the colors of the rainbow. So it'll look like the city sitting on a rainbow, basically, from a distance. So yeah, it says that here too, actually. So from a distance, the city will appear to be resting on a rainbow. The street of the city was of pure gold, like transparent glass. So Revelation 21:21, transparent glass, like transparent gold, basically. So which means you can see through it. You can see through the floors of the walls as well as the streets. So the Holy City prepares a bride beautifully dressed for her husband, shone with the glory of God, and its brilliance was like that of a precious jewel, like jasper, clear as crystal. So that's Revelation, once again, Revelation 21. So, and one phenomenon feature of this majestic city assures every citizen eternal youth and health, as far as what's gonna basically keep us alive, basically, or what's gonna ensure our eternal youth and health. In the middle of a street on either side of the river, on either side of the river was the tree of life, which bore 12 manners of fruit, or 12 fruits, each yielding its fruit every month. The leaves of the tree were for healing of the nations, as according to Revelation 22:2. Take also of the tree of life and eat, and live forever. That's Genesis 3:22. So in the beginning, in the Garden of Eden, there was the tree of life. In the New Jerusalem, the tree of life will be back. That will ensure the eternal youth and health of all the citizens of that city, the citizens of that kingdom. So we're going to have immortality. God's going to give us immortality. We'll never die again. But in order to sustain our health and everything, we'll have to keep the tree of life. So the tree of life bears 12 kinds of fruit, is in the middle of the city. That's according to Revelation 2:7, and brings unending life and youth to all who eat from it. Even its leaves contain wonderful sustaining qualities. This tree will yield a new crop of fruit each month. So how big would that tree have to be? Because it says that the tree is on either side of the river. So the tree will have to be a humongous giant tree. If you can think of, if the river is, let's say, 100 miles across, the river of life, because the tree is over the river of life. We will probably get that in a minute later about the river of life. So the river of life is 100 feet, let's say, across. Then the tree of life branches or tree of life's roots will have to maybe grow under the river and then connect over it. So which means it has to be like a giant tree. It will make sense if billions of people are going to eat from that tree. It will make sense for it to be a giant tree. So like a really huge tree, basically. So is it true that this amazing city will descend to earth? I just talked about that. I mentioned it. Then I, John, saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, coming down out of heaven from God, preparing a city bride adorned for her husband. Revelation 21:2. Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. The meek are going to inherit the earth, according to Matthew 5:5. The righteous will be recompensed on the earth. Proverbs 11:31. So yes, the majestic city will come down to this planet to earth to become the capital of the earth made new, the new earth. All the saved will have a home in this city. So the Lord Jesus said that He goes to prepare a place for us. That's mansions. So in His house are many mansions. So each one of the saved are going to have a mansion in that city. So they're going to have a home in there, a mansion, a big mansion. So better than anything we ever seen here. So basically, and of course, all the ones who are unsaved will have a part of the lake of fire. I won't get much into that. So yeah, God will cleanse the earth from all sin. He will also in deep sadness cleanse the earth from those who would continue in sin. That's all the wicked. So I won't get much into that. What the promises has God made to His people who enter His kingdom. The Lord Himself will be there. The Lord in person will live with them. Revelation 21:3. They will never become bored. There will be pleasures. There will be pleasures forevermore. So at His right hand are pleasures forevermore. Psalm 16:11. So there will be no boredom. Nobody's going to be bored in the kingdom. I won't get into this now, but boredom is actually comes from anxiety, depression, boredom. feeling uninterested and other stuff, that's actually a side effect of pretty much depression. That's a side effect of depression and anxiety, and just a loss of interest. They just call it boredom and a feeling of disinterest in what's going on, basically. So like they bored, somebody say they bored and everything, because how does one become bored when there's so much to do and everything, there's so much they could be doing. Nobody's really never bored, per se, because there's always something that one could be doing, somebody could be doing. So that actually comes from anxiety, depression, that makes somebody feel that way and think that way, basically. So, which of course, depression in society and depression and anxiety and all that stuff is a result of sin, of course. And there will be no sin in the new earth. There will be no sin in the kingdom. So there will be no more death, no more pain, sorrow, tears, sickness, hospitals. There will be no hospitals. There will be no police stations, no operations, no tragedies, no disappointment, no trouble, no hunger or thirst. So there will be no police stations. There will be no banks, maybe. There'll probably be no banks. So no need banks for no need money, really. So no hospitals, there'll be no cemeteries. So they will not get tired. They won't need sleep. Nobody's going to need sleep. They'll always be full of energy, always full of energy. And everything, of course, it'll be, because we're going to have immortal bodies. So no sleep required. Every person will be physically whole in every way. There will be no deaf people. The deaf will hear, the blind will see, the paralyzed will run. So everybody's going to be in full health, I promise you. The Bible says it itself. That's according to Isaiah 35:5-6 and Philippians 3:21 as well. So they will not get tired. That's Isaiah 40:31. They will not get tired. Of course, in Revelation, of course, 21:4 says no sickness and no death and all that stuff, no sorrow. So no more jealousy, no more fear, no more hatred, no more falsehood, no more liars, basically. No more envy, no more impurity. Nothing that will, no evil of no kind, no sin, no kind will exist in God's kingdom. That's according to Revelation 21:8. Once again, people will no longer be burdened with the words and cares to distract them or damage them. So now I'm running out of time, actually, but I'm going to go ahead and mention this too. What will we do? Like, what kind of work and stuff will we do in the new earth, basically? What kind of work will it be? What kind of inventions would it be? Like, will it be technology? Are we going to still need phones and stuff? Well, yes and no. But I'll say this real quick. I believe, this is what I believe. And this is kind of my theory too as well. If we're going to build houses, according to Isaiah, we all going to build houses and live in them. So we're going to build houses and live in them and, plant gardens and stuff. We're going to long enjoy the works of our hands. Of course, we're going to build, we're going to plant, so we're going to invent, we're going to go forth and build homes, maybe build the cities, so, and all that stuff as well. So, I believe we'll build the cities. So if we're going to, there'll be store, which means if there's cities, that means there'll store houses and stuff that, that, we might have made maybe, so that everybody's going to, pray. So imagine if you go into some other world or some other planet, because we'll be able to travel the universe. Don't forget about that too. So that's a part of the kingdom, that everybody's going to be able to go out and travel the universe and travel, to galaxies. So imagine if you went to some interstellar or intergalactic shopping center and had to go to do some shopping and you get a lot of stuff. How would you carry it back to your mansion or back to your earthly home or back to your mansion in the city? You'll need something to transport it. So my thing is maybe stuff like a vehicle, like a car maybe. You may still need that. Or something like maybe something to fly through space maybe. Like something like a vehicle to transport cargo from different worlds maybe. Or something like that. So yeah, I got a lot more I can say about it. I'm gonna have to do a part 2 to this video. So I'm gonna go ahead and end this part 1 right here, because I'm gonna come back with part 2 and talk more about it. So until then, I'll see y'all in part 2. God bless.